All right. I think we are live. Let me check and double check and triple check and quadruple check, but I believe we are live.
Yeah, I just got a notification.
What's good? Can you hear? Can we hear? Can we hear? What's the word? All right. I think we are
Yeah, I know what's going on. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi ta'ala wa barakatuh.
live. Alaikum salam.
So we back with another live stream. Long await. I mean, our last live stream, we didn't do too much talking. We was doing a lot of packing in, getting some stuff together. Now we're going to be talking about snitching.
Facts. So let's get right to it. Is like
Walaikum salam wa rahmatullahi wa
is
barakatuh.
snitching ever justified? Like, can you just can you just decide to snitch? Like,
I don't think it's ever justifies. Um, the reason being is because once you fall in the realm of it labeled as snitching, right? Right? When we say snitching, telling, singing like a stool pigeon, ratting, you hot, whatever you want to call it. The only way it becomes snitching, or it is snitching, is when me and you are involved in the crime. You can't hear me? What's going on, Spec Nasty? Get over to YouTube then if you can't hear me. Um,
I don't know, let me see. Because I don't know. It sounds weird. It does sound weird. Let me see. Hold on, y'all. Let me see. The audio should be good now. Alright, it's perfect now.
we good, Spec? Good. You hear me now? Alright. So I just seen somebody in the comments, Joy. She said, I mean, you can if you left gangbanging and devoted your life to God. Listen, we said it again. Snitching, ratting, singing like a stool pigeon, telling, being hot, whatever you want to call it. There is never no real justification for telling, and I'm gonna tell you why. Because snitching means that you were actually involved in the crime. You knew about it. You wasn't a civilian. You was all in, no freaky. Me and Qasim, may Allah protect us from it.
I mean,
And an error occurred. Please try again. And I said, "Yo, Qasim, money getting tight. We got to go in this jukes, quote unquote, robbery. Whether it be a bank, whether it be a person, whatever." Me and Qasim, we get together and we go do a robbery. We stick a dude up. Once you stick him up, y'all get the money. You and Qasim, y'all bounce. You know full well when y'all was on your way, y'all was going to rob somebody. Y'all was going to take that person's money, strong armed robbery, whatever the case is. You knew a crime was going to occur. Then they book you. They don't get Qasim yet. Then they offer you an exuberant amount of time. And then from there you say, "Yo, bro, I don't know if I could do that time." They said if I tell and give up Qasim, I could get less time. So you tell on Qasim.
snitching,
That's ratting,
stool pigeon.
right? I give you another scenario. Hear me out. This happens in the feds all of the time. Now, guys in the comments, listen to what I'm saying. If you're going to call this snitching and ratting and telling,
Use 5 of y'all, 10 of y'all, 40 of y'all. I don't care what's the amount. You're all co-defendants. This is what happens in the feds. Y'all all get locked up. The head of the indictment, the enforcer, the one regular nickel and diamond, whoever, everybody on the indictment comes together. They say, yo, this how it works in the feds. They say, yo, they said if we say everything, if we tell everything that happened, all of us is going to get less time. I'm the head of the indictment. I got prior felonies. So I'm looking at a mandatory minimum 15 years, right? If I plea out. But if I go to trial, I'm looking at life. There's a couple other guys don't got no time in. Never did any jail time. So they mandatory minimum is like 5 years. They're not really looking at no time. They never caught any cases. But there's other people on the indictment that's like, yo, bro, I'm going down. Like, bro, or my mandatory minimum is life. Yo, let's just tell them everything that happened. We all agree on it, and all of us together is gonna get less time.
Yeah, so like a calculated kind of situation. But you still gonna have the quote unquote snitch rat jacket on you though.
Exactly. So now remember, if all y'all agree to do that, that's still considered telling. And then what happens is when you go to different prisons,
all they gonna see is that paperwork.
So guys, in the comments, what is the situation? I'm looking at life. He's only looking at 5 years. My next man is looking at 10. It's 20 of us. But if we all tell and say what happened, all of us is going to get less time. More than likely, the younger guys that's not looking at no time, they're going to be like, I'm good. No, I'm not telling. But the older guys is like, yo, listen, I'm looking at life. If we all get together and then we all agree, we get less time. That happens. It's skis. It's called taking a global agreement. I don't know, but I've seen that happen. But when you go to these different jails and they see that paperwork, all that comes up is that you told. So they don't care that you and your codees all agreed to tell. It's still telling. So it's like there's no telling under no circumstance. Now here another scenario. Here's another scenario. What's my guy's name? 6ix9ine.
Yeah, 6ix9ine.
He's not the only one. What's the other guy from way back in the day? He was with Fat Cat and them.
Oh, I don't know.
He was a hitman. Same situation. He was locked up. His man, he was holding it down. He wasn't telling. His man's started cooking his wife.
God damn.
You locked down. Me and you bust a lick.
Yeah,
You hold it down. I get out. I get away. And then you like, yeah, yo, I ain't telling. And you get word. You call. And it's all bad. Do it with your wife. And you about to sit in there for 30.
Yeah, that's sad. But you supposed to hold it down. I ain't gonna lie to you. But you know, that kind of reminds me. I don't know if it's true. A similar situation, but different.
Pappy Mason, I think his name.
Because he ain't you know Paul Gasol from the Lakers.
Yeah.
Kobe teammate. So I'm not sure if it's true, but I had heard that when Kobe died, he went over there
and powdered
and powder is crazy.
Nah,
Come on now, dog.
Nah. That's not her.
Come on, man.
Nah.
That's what I heard. I don't know.
How that happened? They saying she just got married after like 6-7 years, right? Kobe, how long Kobe? A minute.
Yeah, it's been like.
Anyway,
I don't know.
listen. Under no,
It probably was like 2019, I think.
What it seems like, the unwritten rule: under no circumstance can you tell? Under no circumstance. And it's a lot of people that, according to the street code, they are rats. They are telling.
So what if your mom's telling you because you selling all the drugs, you got all the guns. Is your mom a snitch?
No.
Yeah, dudes be running around talking about mom a snitch. Yo, bro, it's a two different
Daddy said
categories.
she telling.
Damn.
Understand that once you sign into the streets, there is no telling. That's just the code you took up. No matter, I'm sick, my mother's sick, my mother's gonna die. According to the code, if anybody in the comments or anybody on stream knows where it's a serious circumstance where
I got a perfect one. We gonna pull this up.
talking about
Yeah,
in the
so-
club.
Nah, the dude he's a Muslim too. I wish I could pull up the specific interview, but most of y'all young dudes, if y'all heard about it, the Jacksonville situation, I think his name is
Exactly.
Abdul Hakeem Robinson or something like that.
You talking about which one? The one I told on his son?
Yeah, he told on his son.
Well, if he didn't know, that's not snitching.
Alright, so look.
But I think he knew.
So look. This is the scenario. So his pops, right, is from the street, right? Street dude, right? And you know, one of his sons called the pops up like, "Yo, pops, I need you know what I mean? Need you to come pick me up." Now
That was what I was said.
yeah, he ain't tell him. So according to the story, he never knew what had just went down. But he called him, was like, "Yo, I need you to come pick me up." He like, "All right, cool." He taking a little bit of time, and then he calls again, "Yo, I need you to come pick me up." He goes and picks up his son. He pulls up to this house. You know what I mean? This older lady's house, sitting in the driveway waiting. They come outside. They get in the car. They get in the car, and as they drive off, the son is like, "Yo, you know, we just did a home invasion just now, and we had this lady held hostage, or whatever it is. We took her husband's clothes. That's why we got our clothes changed, and we just went to go do a hit just now."
Okay, son. Cause I'm finna tell on you, son. If I'm not in the streets no more, right? According to what they saying,
But what if he was in the street, but he just wasn't in that situation though?
then you can't. You gotta hold it down. But still, don't put me in the jam like that.
So this what he did though. So now he goes and he takes them to his house, right? He takes them to his house. You know what I mean? Let them stay low over there because apparently he don't live in that area. He takes their clothes, burn their clothes, give them some money,
Oh, he's a rat.
and
Yeah, if he's still in the street and he's an accomplice, he's doing all that.
so now when the police come through, one of the dudes that was in the car, his son's friend, ends up telling on all of them and getting them all locked up because he got caught for something else. So he like, "Yo, y'all know, you remember that time y'all was looking?" Yeah, it was all of them, and he tell them the situation, the whole spill, and then basically, when the pops get locked up or whatever, I think he sat down for like 5-6 years.
The pops?
basically, yeah, because they was fighting the case, and you know, according to the pops, he talked to his son, the one who caught the body allegedly or whatever you want to call it, and he was like, "Yo, you know, when you gonna get pops out of here? You know what I mean? I ain't got nothing to do with that." Like, and he like, yeah, we gonna look out for you, pops. We gonna make sure you know what I mean. You alright? And according to the pops, they offered the son 30 years, and he could, you know what I mean, get everybody else basically out, get his pops out, because they know his pops didn't set up the murder, but he became an accessory to murder at the minute that he decided to go drive them, burn their clothes, etc., or accessory after the fact. So they all facing life, and he decided after about 5-6 years, yo, listen, I'm telling, I got younger kids, I'm sick, I'm older, I'm about 50-60 years old.
Yeah.
I ain't trying to do no time.
You got caught up, Pop. Listen, if you wasn't down, you was supposed, as soon as he got in the car, you don't know nothing about the homicide. He just committed a murder and called you up. Let's say you don't know anything about the homicide. You driving, and he like, yo, Pop, I just caught a body. You just did a what? Nah, get out, bro. You got to get out. If you go and tell.
His plan, he's like, yo, I never plan on telling. He's like, yo, he's gonna fight the case. He's like, but I didn't even know. He's like, yo, if it was me, he's like, I would have never even not only did that hit, but I would have never
called my pops.
Yeah, I was mad sloppy about it. They like, yo, they got me caught up in the situation. They end up in a home invasion. They end up crashing a whip, all kind of stuff.
Yeah,
he's like, they got my plates, my license plate on that lady ring camera.
Oh yeah, Pop, you.
He like, but I'm sitting in the driveway waiting there for about 30 minutes. Don't know nothing that's going on.
And you were there killing somebody and changing your clothes.
So
nah. You see that is bro.
But his own son. So he got his own son life. Basically, well, he assisted in getting his own son life. I'm not gonna say he got him life because his son clearly.
Bro, that's a serious situation.
Mind you,
if I'm in the streets, irregardless, you gotta, when you call me, you gotta let me know that I'm coming to do a crime,
right?
And give me the option.
So mind you, the dude that the son killed, basically rapped about his father getting shot at, because his father got shot at. His brother, one of his brothers died, or his stepbrother died. A couple of his cousins got shot. One of his cousins is still alive, but he in a wheelchair.
Yeah, so that's nasty.
He basically felt like he was retaliating on the pop's behalf.
Yo, bro, son is a duck for calling his pops. You know what Joy said? Joy said, I would have drove him to my lawyer house and found the best scenarios. Hey, lawyer, listen, my son just killed somebody. How we gonna get him off this? Well, you can't. You gotta turn him in. Blah, 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 blah. You know, they ask, can you be in the streets and still be Muslim? Certainly, you can be gay and Muslim, but we don't, it's not approved of, right?
That's a fact.
Right? Being gay is a sin. Associating partners with Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is a sin. There's certain sins that take you outside the fold of Islam, and there's certain sins that if you do them, it's a major sin. You have to make tawbah, you know, or you gonna go to the hellfire, you know what I mean, obviously, but you still are a Muslim, right? So yeah, there's plenty of Muslims that's doing crime right now and still in the streets. But for you to do that and call your father, it's cool. But for you to do that and call your father and not tell him until he got into the car, that's foul.
He said, I remember sitting in the car waiting outside, and there was a helicopter above passing by the area because he was searching for them. He said, I'm not thinking nothing of it because I'm just sitting there. I'm just picking them up. I'm like, damn, what is the helicopter?
I want to hear the son's side of the story.
Yeah. I mean,
yeah, that's what I want to hear, because
according to the son, he said, yeah, he told on me. He ain't related to me. He's like, I don't know him. He like, this dude snitching, my own blood. And
But I'm not gonna say rightfully so.
So if you got your mom's or your father or your brother, your sister caught up in a situation like that, or even me, got me caught up in a situation like that. But I'm saying, even before I got a quote unquote tell on you, right? You gonna just take the plea?
Yeah.
So that's where his father was saying, like, yo, bro, you should have just took the plea.
And that's my thing. That's my thing. Listen, son. You jammed me up. I held it down for 6 years. I'm an old fart. Bro, we cooked. We in here cooked. You didn't tell me? You better take the time.
Your friend is already snitching on you. Said that you was there. They got the clothes that you was wearing because you was making videos and on Instagram with the same clothes on.
Yo, these dudes, I just seen a 19-year-old girl just now. She went into a Sonic. You seen that?
No.
In Texas somewhere. She went into a Sonic, and I guess something happened. And she didn't pay for something. I don't remember the whole story. I read it. This was recently. Bro, she ended up taking the tip jar, the Sonic people tip jar, ran outside, try to get in the whip. The person, the manager, whoever followed her. The dude that was driving, barking on son, they having an altercation. The dude that was driving, she gets, what's a Sonic? A Sonic is like a restaurant.
Fast food restaurant, like a McDonald's, Burger King type situation.
She comes out the car, shoots son in the chest. 19. They just gave her like 40 something years, bro. And now as the dude that's with you, you got me jammed up.
Yeah.
I ain't know you was gonna bust him down.
Yeah. So in that situation, so you obviously, that person is justified to tell?
No, I don't think so, bro. You outside. So what happens? I'm gonna tell you this. I was in a shootout. 5-6 dudes shooting it out. As I'm shooting, dudes is shooting back. A dude get hit in the head. Boom. Melon gone. 23 years old at that time. He was 23. He was in a coma for 29 months. I'm locked down. 5 years. 6 years. They talking about, listen, he died. We going to turn this into a murder. They offered me 15 years for 29 months till he pulled out of the coma. I get the paperwork. He got shot with a 40. I'm like, I had a 9mm. I'm like, I ain't even shoot this dude. Out of 6-7 people shooting, I'm the only one locked up. I finds out who shot him in the head. I could easily be like, yo, Qasim shot him in the head, but I was there shooting. Can I get some less time? I still 10 toes down.
So let me ask you this though. So in that situation, if you take the plea, right, can it come back and charge you with murder?
I'm hearing no. I'm hearing that's why a lot of people was telling me,
so
yo, plea out because I mean, after you plea out, they can't. And then I'm hearing some people say, nah, they just re-indict you. They just re-indict you, I'm hearing. So I'm not sure on that specific law. I didn't even care because I was just having fun. I was 18 in prison, in jail, running around playing basketball against the COs. Everybody knew me. I had my own housing unit. I was like, I'm going to do 15 years. I'll come home. I'm going to still be a decent amount of age. I didn't look at it as nothing. It was a joke to me. But in that scenario, bro, I ain't shoot him. I didn't. My last case, going to a gun range. It's just like so many of my cases was close, but not, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
It was like, okay, he's not guilty, but he's guilty. You know what I'm saying? So it's terrible. But under no circumstance, it seems like you can tell. It seems like you just got to hold water. Even Pistol Pete. Pistol Pete got life. Right? I think he had to say everything that happened because of they was trying to lock his mother up and everything, and he just was like, nah, you know what? And he just took the life.
So is there any circumstances where now, even though you done left the streets and all that, you gonna call the police?
That's difficult too. Listen, I'm gonna tell you like
you
this.
done left the streets. I mean,
yeah, you're gonna have to
all the time. I don't see you in the streets. You ain't out
I'm
there.
not in the
you
streets.
ain't even got no time to be in the streets.
But this is the thing. It all depends. It all depends. Because I'm gonna tell you like this. Right now, me and Qasim is Muslim. We not in the streets. Right? However, Qasim, let's just say somebody he's related to gets gunned down. May Allah protect it. Somebody I'm related to gets gunned down, murdered in the streets, and they're Muslim or not, or whatever. We have, according to Islam, an eye for an eye, an eye for an eye. tooth for a tooth, wounds equal to wounds. Like, we don't turn the other cheek. So, yeah, it's not Sharia, right? According to Sharia law, you have to let the Qadi and everybody deal with that. But if Qasim decides to go kill the person that killed his peoples, and I know what's going on, we committing a crime now.
Right. But you see the other thing too, different from that previous situation that we was talking about.
We not in the streets.
Yeah, we not in the streets, but I'm not about to.
And they book both of us, and I say.
Yeah, but I'm not. I'm
say,
if I know I'm about to do that.
Tea, officer.
If I know I'm about to do that, I'm not about to try to get you wrapped up in that situation. Yeah. And I think that's the biggest mistake they did. Is you got your father mixed up in a situation that he ain't have nothing to do with or know nothing about, and basically expected him to. You ain't thinking, and that's the problem. I think he was kind of disappointed with his, with his kids, because it was to his kids actually. You know what I mean? But I think that's kind of wild. You know what I mean to think about. But I'm not doing no telling. I'm not in the streets, but I'm not doing no telling. I'm minding my business.
Yeah, but because listen, we in Florida now. Let's say I'm regular dude. I got guns. I got You gotta call the police. A dude.
Oh yeah, you got to. Otherwise, you going to jail.
Yeah. So
anybody if
run up on you bust him down, boom boom, or they rob your crib.
Yeah,
you're a civilian.
As long as you
gotta call the police.
Legally carrying, you gotta call the police. Otherwise, you're going to jail too. So even if the quote unquote shooting is justified, the dude, like you said, kicked in your door and all of that, you gotta tell the police. You gotta call them.
Look, so they spoke about this. I've seen this thing on IG where there are men, Jews, all kind of people, and they're catching them within the act of speaking to what they think is a 10-year-old. 13-year-old. And they catch, I
forgot what they call them. Yeah.
And they catching them in the stores like, yo, you pulled up here to meet up with Mary that was 12. Yo, you pulled up here to meet up with Jonathan, a boy, and you were a grown man. And they sit them down. I seen the one where they either slapping them or they sit them down. I like the one where they slapping them, because the one where they slapping them, they turn them into the police. But I seen one where they're making like a YouTube out of it.
Yeah, it's multiple videos like that.
But
YouTube channels that do that kind of
stuff.
But
they're sitting them down and they say, listen, you got two options. You either go up the block and go fight in the ring 3 rounds with this professional welterweight boxer, or we turn you into the police. And the dude was like, take me up the block. And he was in the ring. So now after he get boxed up, you gonna let him go?
Yeah.
How is that morally correct? Because you duffed him out? That mean that his hammer don't work no more? He's still gonna go after them children. So for me, like that channel that I seen, I'm like, y'all not really doing no justice. And what if he's tough?
You ain't lying. What if he can fight? What if he
go in there and sock up a papa the top patara? He putting the 1-2 kazoo on dude.
One hot bambada.
You feel me?
Yeah, that. You ain't lying.
He go in there and fry something screwballs loose.
You not lying.
Yo, bro. Yeah. So my thing is, yeah, hell yeah, dude running around. You catch him, you gotta turn him into the police. You got things where I seen where my brother-in-law my brother raped my daughter and the dude just kill him, burn his body. Everybody in the comments like, yo, that's father of the year, without a doubt.
Right.
But now you can't protect your daughter.
Yeah, because you're gone.
And you're going for life because you committed a heinous crime. I've seen that. I just watched this woman do 2 of her kids like that because 2 of them did something to one of the kids. Some sexual act, and she punished them. Killed both of them. So in that rage, you got to start thinking like, yeah, you got to tell. And it's not telling when you're a civilian. You know what I'm saying?
So, you know, I don't know, man. I just be feeling like I just feel like there's certain things even where execution for sure needs to be pushed in the US. You know what I mean? Like if you're doing any kind of like let's just say like mass murder, killing, anything crazy like that, or stuff with kids or whatever, and it's 100% like, you know what's crazy, what I never understood is how do these like these school shooters or whatever it is, how do those people not get like the death penalty, right? When it's not like, oh, we got to check for DNA and find out if he did it, or this person lied, this person told.
Yeah,
he's in the building
and trying to. Yeah,
he's in the building with the gun on him.
He's going
like
he's trying to be famous.
I don't get it. So they supposed to just be killed like the same day. They supposed to like just get him, just kill him the same day, and just don't make no news article about it. It's just supposed to be whoop.
Yeah, because all of them they do what they do for fame, bro.
Yeah, it's
who put the rule of talent in.
I don't know. I mean, I would assume it's like a street mob kind of thing originally. Yo, no telling, don't talk about it, kind of situation. But I don't know. Nowadays, everybody just be telling. You know what I mean? Or what about if a dude? What if you tell on the police? Like if you tell the police right on somebody, but they never get like locked up or arrested, but you find out that he definitely did talk to the police though.
That's telling.
All right, cool. That's what's going on nowadays. Like, yo, but I mean, nobody got locked up, but I told though.
Yeah, but look at Larry. What my man name? They killed him in jail.
Larry Johnson. Is it Larry Johnson? Larry
Davis.
Larry Davis. Yeah, that's what it is. Yeah.
He shot up them police like that, and the whole time he told on all of the police.
Yep, they call him a snitch.
You told on all of the police. Some people say, man, it ain't telling. You're right, Larry Davis. You see, everyone saying don't snitch no matter what hasn't been caught doing illegal business. The street code doesn't exist. You can talk about it like you're about it, but most people will tell regardless. That's a fact. I did some time. I remember one time this was like one of my first bids. I got booked with a dude. We did an armed robbery, and I took the weight. I told on myself, I had the gun, I had this, I had that, just to let him, you know what I mean? So he could get out. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, wrote a statement and all. Like, yeah, I did this and that. Like, yo, Bricks, you good? This is my man, Bricks from the hood. Like, yeah, got him out of there. I ended up doing like 5 months. He only did 30 days and and was able to dip set. You feel what I'm saying? So, yeah, but most people. Bro, most people going to tell when that fire get hot. And that's why you just can't do crime. And like you said, the streets is a lie.
He said no one will tell if you solo dolo.
Exactly.
Yeah, it's
that's an informant. Yeah, see, he got all kind of new words and lingos, not new words. For us black people, snitching code became cracked during slavery plantation days. Yeah, it's self snitching considered snitching. Oh, shoot, I don't know. I know when you plea out, I had to tell. When I pled out for my shooting case, I had to say, yeah, I had the gun, I shot him, and I ain't even shoot him.
So, okay, what about telling on like your own family? Bro,
that's nasty.
People be telling on their own family, getting their own family caught up.
Yeah, that's nasty. What about dry snitching? Dry snitching is all over. You can't get away with that now. That's normal. Dry snitching is just like this. Yeah, what's good? We in your projects right now. We got them K's on us. When we see you, Dustin Johnson, we gonna bust your head. That's the dry snitching of today.
I didn't get that.
Well, no, you ain't gonna get it. It's dry snitching. That joint regular now. Now it's
most of the dudes is telling on themselves and all the people that's with them. They're gonna rap about the stuff that they did and their homies did and
Bro,
put their name in the song.
Exactly. I rock with 50. But 50 told on the whole track. They could say yes or no. Dudes fear Prince and respected Preem. For you, let me break it down illa. See, Preem was the businessman and Prince was the killer. Remember, he used to push the bulletproof BM on his hair and make you seasick. He gave the whole spiel of Prince and them and what they was doing. That's kind of, I don't know if it's dry snitching or outright snitching, but it's bad. So people are doing it now in songs. They've been doing it in songs, and bro.
So what about these dudes now like that talk about, you know, these particular situations or whatever it is, or report on stuff? Some people may even say, yo, y'all talking about this situation, and they try to label us snitches because we talked about, yo, this person got locked up, this person did that, and this person did that. We just, you know, speaking about whether it's something that we read in the quote-unquote paperwork that might be online, or maybe something that we heard from somebody else, but they saying that we snitching because we speaking about it. Is that snitching, or is that cool? Because they'll call dudes like academics a snitch because he talked about their case.
You know why it's difficult? Because even though sometimes it's public, these people like academics, Vlad, the people that's putting this content together, they're really uncovering stuff too. Bro, they're putting, like, the feds ain't doing it. They're like, oh, I just seen a video. Yo, this looked like the same car that was in this other video. But then when son got shot, all right, but look at how many people ran out of O Block. Once you start delving into all of that, you going above and beyond. Like they said, this is one thing we ain't doing this year. Back and forth, above and beyond, and out my way.
You ain't lying.
Dudes be going out their way to get this content, and this content be right and exact. Sometimes they got footage that the feds don't even got.
Yeah.
The feds might have missed a joint and they put it all together right there, like.
Bruh.
Yeah.
I talk facts.
Bro, so I don't know. Now, if you just reading what happened in the discovery, the discovery's public knowledge, you got it, and okay.
So you think, like, what about like somebody like 1090 Jake? You think he's a snitch because he was from the street, and you know he talks about these cases and reads people paperwork, or expose? Because most of his videos a lot of times be about exposing snitches.
Yeah,
finding paperwork and filing for the paperwork, going to the courthouse. You know what I mean? Like, you think that's, you know what I mean? And I'm not gonna lie, he's incentivized to do it because I heard he making $50K a month from YouTube, pulling up people's cases.
It's tough
nowadays. It's wild. I think that's definitely. I'm not gonna say that's snitching. That's not snitching, in my opinion. But I think if you hold tight to the street code or whatever, even though he's not quote unquote in the street anymore, I do see how some people be like, oh, bro, why are you speaking on certain cases or
look, my guy said, as a Muslim, you're supposed to snitch. It's kind of mandatory. You never hide or lie about a crime you witness happen. That's Islam 101. Now, understand, snitching is one aspect.
Snitching and telling is two different things.
Yeah, snitching and telling is the same.
Nah, to me it's different. It's two different things.
You saying telling?
Anybody can tell. Snitching is meaning you participated in it.
Yeah, but I think all of it, because they use.
So even if you're in the street, you saying basically, even if I didn't have nothing to do with it, right? I still got to hold telling. The street code though.
It's not telling. It's not considered telling. So telling and snitching is like synonymous. You can't remove it's synonymous. Whatever a civilian is doing, you can't even equate that or put that in the realm of snitching. I'm sitting on the couch. I hear boom, boom, boom. I go look out the window. A dude done gunned grandmom's down. Stepped on her head. Boom, bust the skull. Boom, doom, hopped in the whip. I'm like, I know who that was.
Right. So
I'm a civilian.
So if
I call the police, yo, I just witnessed 2 homicides. Yes, yeah.
That's telling.
I
mean, it's not frowned upon. You're telling. I just feel like even in that situation, I'm gonna be honest with you, you kind of speaking on something that's not really your business, right? You know, you just went out of your way to go tell, right? You didn't even. It's not even like they approached you. You know what I mean? Or you just went out of your way to tell. They ain't had nothing to do with you. That's not your people's. Nothing.
Yeah. So now, check it out.
All right.
Now, them across the street, they chilling. A couple cars pull up. My man over there, RJ, from across the street, he like, what's going on over there? He sees some guys hop out, trench coats. They come down on the crib. They catch me on the toilet. You got your pants down too. You unarmed. You wide open, no freaky. So RJ's supposed to just be over there like, yeah, and go back and then start flipping through the channels on the TV. They're about to bust my neighbors in the mask. Yeah, man.
Come on now, dog. Come on, man.
He's a civilian.
Alright, bro, but he's a civilian, so I'm not saying that he's snitching. That's not what I'm saying.
Of course not, but
he's telling he's a civilian. It's
but
cool.
you saying is he going out his way? He's going out his way. You telling me that civilian seeing some
it's really done already. Like meaning we caught. He ain't about to come out if he about to come outside and bust back at them or whatever. Like that.
But either way,
he ain't doing that.
Either way, what if he draw down and he's Bro, listen. So you just saying he's supposed to just be like, alright, I'm gonna just wait for them to cook.
Nah, he's supposed to call us. He got my number. He got your number. He's supposed
not call the police.
What they gonna do? They gonna show up 15 minutes later?
Yeah, but I'm just saying
it's over. What they gonna find our bodies? You on the toilet?
Yeah, I mean,
bullet holes all in the toilet.
You know, it might have not been a homicide. It might have been just a regular home invasion. They was coming to get some bread. But if a person that lives, hold on, let's see what Skilo said. Let's see what my guy Skilo said. But if a person that lives by the street code tells it's a problem because he's breaking the rules he vowed to keep. Exactly. All right. So he's bearing false witness. Yeah. So
look, I think that's telling, but I'm saying that's okay.
Yeah, it's okay. Civilian. He's a civilian.
It don't matter.
So you labeled it telling too.
I'm labeling that telling. But as far as snitching, I feel like that means that
you were involved in a crime.
If me and you went to go rob somebody or some house or some place or whatever, and I get caught up, you don't, and I decide, yo, they said they about to give me time served. They about to give me 30 days. And they about to give you 30 years. That's snitching. Because we are going together on this crime. But now what I'm here to ask you is that is it snitching if one dude A does all his crimes, he's in the street, we know this, and somehow he gets caught up in your situation that he had nothing to do with? Nothing at all.
I've seen that.
So I'm saying, is he labeled a snitch because he told on you and he had nothing to do with your crime? He wasn't there, no nothing.
Yeah, as long as he's a street dude.
Okay, all right, fair enough.
All right, so I'm gonna tell you why. It's my man Cruz. True story. My man Pump Shot. I know both of them. Crips from the hood. H Block. I don't know what set they repping. Allegedly, Cruz catches a homicide, kills a person. For whatever reason, they lock Cruz and Pump Shot up on murder and accessory to murder. Pump Shot don't know what's going on. Don't got nothing to do with the body. But he sits down for about 3 years, 4 years. They like, yo, Cruz, you and your co-defendant will give y'all 7 years right now. But if you go to trial and blow, no freaky, you looking at maximum 15 years. Right? No, maximum 25 because it was a murder. So Pump like, yo, what's good? Cruz like, yo, let's take the time. Pump like, nah. I've been sitting down. The Bloods is on my back. I'm constantly working with the Bloods. They GSC. Yeah. So those my men. I know them for a long time. I grew up. They older than me. So I've been watching them for years. Now, Pump and Cruz like, yo, we both have to take the time. I can't get 7 and then you could go to trial. It's either y'all both take the time. This is the deal. So Pump say, well, we got to go to trial, Cruz. I ain't do nothing. Stand up. So Cruz like, I can't tell. I'm the one who they got for the body. You accessory. I know you ain't had nothing to do with nothing. They go to trial. Both of them beats the body.
Damn.
Yeah, that those are situations like that. Pump held strong. He ain't mentioned a word. Went to trial. Listen, Cruz and Pump. You know what I mean? Listen, Cruz and Pump. You know what I mean? I was on the island at the time when Pump was rumbling it out with the Bloods. I mean, me and myself, I was working with the Bloods as well too, because the Bloods had the island on lock for a long time.
All right, so you said
you can't be X Street and tell.
Yeah, that's what he said. So you agree with that?
No.
That mean you could never tell.
No.
X Street or not, you can never tell.
Love, Ash. Love, man. Be safe. Yeah. When you get to Florida, let me know. I think he might be out here already. Yeah. Nah, you can't whatsoever. But if you X Street, it's a little different, man. It's a little different. That's like saying right now I'm X Street. A dude run up in my crib, I kill him. I gotta call the police.
Right.
A dude come on my property, I shoot him. Blah blah. I gotta call the police. It's the same. What do you? You locked in. So for me, no snitching, telling, and all of that.
You say you can't X Street
or still active.
Well,
I don't know what you mean, Skilo.
Yeah, what does that mean?
Yeah, but that telling situation is what happened with Troy Ave. Didn't he get into like a situation where he kind of like?
Yeah, he got into a situation. From what I know about it, he basically got locked up for shooting a gun in the club, but it seemed like he didn't bring the gun to the club. The other dude, I think it was Tax Stone, brought the gun to the club, and there was a fight, and basically Troy Ave supposedly took the gun from him, and
bust him down or kill somebody.
He tried to, but while they was fighting or whatever it is, Tax Stone, I guess,
what's good, Goku Pump,
let the gun go off, and it killed Troy Ave man. So I don't know. I mean, so Troy Ave had two options. They was gonna try. Originally, they was trying to charge him with the body for his man, even though he ain't do it and he ain't bring the gun there. But, I guess he had to kind of like, quote unquote, tell or whatever it is, basically, you know what I mean, and say, so he could get less time. So I think he like a year. He got like a year or two or something.
Yeah, like J-Rod, what's the word? All right, but Aki, that's different. No witness to someone crime, bro. Protecting yours, okay. Telling on someone else, come on. Let it's about a child or something, but that's it. Please respond. You see, now people start saying different things. You can't tell him now unless he's a pedophile or unless he's a rapist. You know what I mean? But dudes is murdering people. You see, and that's the thing. We start depending on your crime, we deal with you a certain way. You think that you could just kill 4 and 5 Negroes on the street and it don't mean nothing. Gun somebody's son down, somebody brother down, and because it was a murder, you give him more daps. It's just like your daughter coming home at 16 and saying, some dude cooked her in the back staircase. And then your son coming home at 16 saying he cooked 2 girls in the back staircase.
Yeah, it's double standard.
You know what I'm saying? It's like, oh, word, how much you could cook both of them, how they look? MashaAllah. You know what I'm saying? Nah. You got to hold the same standard. Telling is telling. Telling is telling. And whether you killing, you a pedophile, you doing whatever you doing, if you a civilian, civilians, it's free reign. Civilians get